Wednesday, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hope everybody is doing well after the holidays. Hope everybody had an amazing. I'll talk to you soon. Have I talked to you since then? I think so. But I hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had an amazing day. So, y'all, it's getting cold outside. Excuse me while I download all this information and transfer everything. But get ready to share this real quick, y'all. Excuse me while I get this shared here. Just share it over to my news feed. And then we will be ready to roll. So, y'all, it's cold outside. As a matter of fact, it's so cold that I went out to get my Christmas tree out of storage. And, honey, I got all the decoration, but the tree's still out there because it was just too cold for me. I came in coughing and having all kinds of problems. So, hopefully by this weekend, I'll go ahead and get it out. So what we're going to do is today, I'm going to make, because it's getting cold, and you know when it gets cold, you want that soup, you want that chili, you want some gumbo, you want something. And so since it's a weeknight, and I got a big week, the next few days are really big, so I need to cook something that's going to last for a couple of days, right? So I'm going to make my grandma's chili. Now my grandma's chili is real simple. I call it a cheap chili almost because you put something in it that really adds to the flavor, but people don't know it, and so people love her chili. No matter what, they love her chili. So what I have done is I have started up the ground beef before we even,
Cornelis Montez is on watching. Karen is watching. Christine is watching. Karen.
Hello, everybody. So what we're gonna do is, you don't have to put it right there. So let me get everything in. So what we're going to do is I have a couple of things that we're going to put in and start cooking with the ground beef. I have the bell peppers. And like I said, this is a cheap chili. So really, you don't really have to have all this stuff. But you do need the onions and the bell pepper. At least the onion. If you didn't have anything but onions, you would still be doing good. And so I have adapted the recipe a little bit. So now you just see how it all blends in. Over here, we just got the ground beef and the onions, and it's about maybe 2 pounds of ground beef. One of the big sides of ground beef. Not a whole lot. Not gonna make a whole lot today, but that's gonna cook down real nicely. Yeah, that'll cook down real nicely because we're just making a little bit tonight.
Karen says that's what I want, some gumbo. Christina says hi. Sandra says hello.
Hi, hello. So yeah, I want some gumbo too, but I know if I make gumbo, because it's such a task, I'm gonna make that at I'm going to make it on the weekend because, y'all, making that roux by itself is a whole experience. So, that by itself is something to behold. So, now I'm just going to let that cook down, let the ground beef get done. But, then I'm going to go ahead and put my garlic in here, too. I have a little garlic here. I'm going to go ahead and put that in as well.
Karen says, who cooks ground beef in a pot?
Because it's gonna be chilly, and I don't want to have to. I had a cast iron. I wanted to do it in one of my big cast iron skillets, but it's gonna have a lot of liquid, and so right now look where it is. So right now it's just kind of down there, but once I put all the liquid and stuff in there, it's gonna rise a little bit. And I didn't want to have a big old mess, Karen, so Mommy always made a big pot of chili. And so this should be enough for a couple of days. And if you know my boys, well, they can eat. So, yeah, it's going to be a pot of chili. So, while we're doing that, I got my seasonings. I'm not going to put them in yet. I got my beef broth. I have some adobo in case I need it, but I don't ever put, if you ever followed me, I don't put anything in until, anything like salt-wise in until the end, if I'm dealing with any kind of broth, because the broth, if it's not low sodium or no salt, it has some salt in it. So I don't want to mess up. I have fire roasted diced tomatoes. I have some tomato sauce here. And then I have some beans. I'm not sure about the beans because Caleb is kind of iffy about them. They don't normally eat them, but I like it. And then this is my secret weapon, y'all. And this is what we use. This is what Mama always used. This is my secret weapon. And I know y'all have seen this in Walmart over by the lunch meat, the ham, and things like that. I know you have seen it. I don't care what state you're in, what city you're in, whatever. You've seen this at Walmart or your local grocery store. It's over there, like I said, with the hot dogs and the ham and, all the luncheon meats. This is the secret weapon. This is what adds extra flavor. Now, I think that, once I got older, I said, well, I think maybe this was meant to be, because I see it's got on here that you can, use it with hot dogs and macaroni and all of that. So I think it was really meant to be used by itself. But this is how this is how she made it. So what I do is, if you can see the little orange in here, that's grease. And we don't want none of that in here. So what I'm gonna do is open the package.
Christina says those beans are yummy, and Tracy says the greasy chili.
Yeah. So we take. Mama used to, y'all. I'm sure I'm gonna have a mess somewhere. But while the meat is cooking, the ground beef is cooking, I'm going to take this out of the package, and I'm going to get some of this fat off of it. Get some of the fat off and kind of cut it up and break it up here just to get it going. And she, like I said, she always cut the fat off. And even sometimes I remember Mama would, what she would do is once it cools off and she got ready to put it in the refrigerator, if it was still any in there, she would scrape it off because it'll look just like this, y'all.
Christina asks, what is that?
It's the 4-star beef chili that you can get in the store. So it adds an additional flavor to your homemade chili. Mama used it. It was good. And I'm telling you, people would come over and be like, Mommy, because that's what we called her. That's what our friends called her, Mommy. And so they would be like, yo, chili. But if you would never know that she added these extra things in there. So, you would never know. And sometimes she used different, sometimes she just used the spices. But this is a chili, when I left home, this is how I learned until I had perfected everything that I needed to perfect. This is how I learned to make, chili. And all I did was just cut it up, and it's going to melt down in here like it's going to melt down into the chili. So once it gets done, I'm just going to cut it like in blocks, and it's going to, like I said, it's going to melt down in there. So I'll cut it in like chunks, and it's going to be really good. It looks a little different, but I promise you, because it's meant to be where you would just melt it down like the package instructions. Let me see if I can find them. They say it's boiled in a bag or microwavable. So you can sit it in there in the bag and it would get done. But because I'm cutting it up, it looks, it don't look too appealing. But I'm going to let you see how it looks once it gets in there. And like I said, it's just going to melt down and cook just like with the ground beef. So I got that all cut and ready to go. And right now we're still just cooking this ground beef, getting it done.
Tracy says, fake it till you make it, and Barbara E. Owens is watching.
Hi, Barbara. So it's just about done like I needed. I'm gonna get me a colander to drain it because I forgot to get that ready. But go in here and get my colander.
Barbara says, hey.
Hey, Barbara. Okay, y'all, I'm just getting it drained off. I already drained it off and run a little water over it in case there's any extra grease in there. Get it off real good. And y'all, anything I use, if it has onions in there, I always use more onions than I'm supposed to. So what I ended up using was 1 bell pepper and maybe an onion and a half. And so now I'm going to go ahead and add this 4-star best chili in so it can start melting down so y'all can see kind of what it does, what happens here with that.
Kava Rattler is on, watching.
Hello, hello. And so I'm going to let it start chopping up down in here. Start chopping it up. Get it ready. And it's going to start melting down as it heats up. And you'll see it won't be chunked like this anymore. And so now I start putting in the real stuff. So you can actually make it at home without adding the 4-star chili mix. But that does add a little something to it. So in this bowl is some chili powder, some cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, some Mexican oregano, a little paprika. And so I just put this in, and it's about 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, a tablespoon of garlic powder, onion powder. And then I have like a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you like it hot, you can add more. You can, and sometimes I put the adobo peppers in there. So you just put that in and start stirring that up.
Kendrick Britt is watching.
Hello, everybody. So it's starting to come together pretty good. You can see that meat is starting to melt down in there with the that little chili mix that I put in there. Everybody was like, "Ooh, what's that?" It's starting to melt down and take shape. Like, can you see it, Josh? So it's starting to melt down in there like a and take shape. So this is beef as well. So it's gonna have a great flavor. Now you can add. I've already washed off my top, y'all. Earlier as I was prepping, you can add. I'm using fire roasted tomatoes, but if you have diced tomatoes, I'm using fire roasted diced tomatoes. Now you can use, if you really brave and you like it really hot, or you can even use the mild, you can use Rotel. Rotel will give it an extra flavor too. So you see how now it's starting to take shape. It looks really good. All this, it smells so good in here, y'all. Y'all don't even understand how good it smells. So I'm just kind of stirring it till that beef, and you can see that beef, the chunks, they have gone down really well. So it's just beef chili. That's all it is. But it adds an extra flavor. And like I said, you don't have to use that 4-star beef chili. You can just put the seasonings in that we've used so far, and you'll have chili. But that 4-star chili, anybody that jumps on that was that grew up with me and they remember Mommy's chili, honey, it was everything. It was everything. It was so good. And so y'all see down here now, it's kind of taking shape. Everything is kind of it has warmed up and everything is kind of taking its shape. So now what I'm going to add in is some tomato sauce. And you can add like a tablespoon of tomato paste if you want to. I'm not a tomato paste girl. Some people do that and then add like a tablespoon of sugar, but I don't understand what you would do with the sugar because I don't want no sugar in my in nothing like my chili. So, and now what we do is we got that in there and it's all stirred up and incorporated. What we do now is put in a little chicken broth. Not chicken broth, y'all. I'm sorry. We're going to put in a little beef broth. It smells amazing. So I'll say maybe a cup to about 2 cups. I'll say maybe 2 cups or more. About 2 cups. And let it start simmering in here. And like I said, it smells so good.
Karen says, wait, hold up. Don't be talking about us sugar lovers.
No, ma'am. We trying to get off all these sugar. Look at, I know she not eating no sugar. Karen made soup yesterday. It looked really good. A vegetable beef stew. It looked really good. So now everything is kind of starting to take its shape. You can put, I have put poblano peppers in here. You can get those little adobo peppers in a can. Put some of that in here. Jalapenos. It just depends on how hot and how spicy you want it. And so it's going to begin to cook down really nicely. So what we would do now is I would set my timer and set it for about 25 minutes. So it can it can cook a little bit and get now what's wrong?
Oh, never mind. It was trying to reconnect it first.
Hey, Anita. Okay. Oh, okay. We thought it was trying to reconnect. Okay. So now it just comes down to everything simmering and melding together, meshing together real good. But it's going to be amazing. As you can see, it's in here now. It's starting to thicken up a little bit. Now, my son does not like beans, but I like beans. So I'm going to put like maybe half of this can in here, y'all. I'm going to rinse them off. I always rinse them off. Always rinse them off. Because they have all this starch and everything on them. So
Sharon Scott is watching, and Karen says, I eat my sugar in my spaghetti.
no ma'am. No ma'am. Sugar is not supposed to be in spaghetti. She knew I was going to say that. So I'm just going to put some of these beans that have been drained off in here. Because I know Caleb ain't going to eat. And I'm going to save the rest to go in my bowl. Because I know Caleb is not going to eat it. I'm dripping stuff everywhere, y'all. But, no, he is not going to eat it. So, you get that cleaned off. Get that cleaned up. And then you just kind of let it simmer. Put the top on it. Let it simmer for 25 minutes. And it's already starting to kind of take shape here. If you want to look at it real quick, Josh. It already looks pretty good.
Anita says, she said, ma'am. Then she says, no, ma'am.
What? What, no ma'am to what? What did she say?
I'm guessing it's from what you said.
To what?
About Karen's sugar in the spaghetti.
Oh, yeah, no sugar in the spaghetti. That ain't, my aunt did that as well. A lot of people do it to take out some of that acidity from the tomatoes. A lot of people do it, but if you put just a little bit in there, they really can't taste it. But if you just overwhelm it, we ain't talking, I don't want that. And so just because I'm an onion person, people always tell me, you give a recipe, but your food tastes different, because I taste it until it tastes like what I want it to taste like. So even though I might give you a recipe and the recipe is good, somewhere while it's cooking or something, I might go in there and shake a little more pepper or a little more onion powder, garlic powder, because that's just my thing. But so it's starting to simmer. I don't know. Let me taste it, y'all, just a little bit. I'll use my little garlic dish.
I need to ask, are you making cornbread?
No. Let me tell y'all what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. I'm just gonna taste it for seasoning purposes, not because I know it still needs to thicken up. You can also put like a little bit of mesa flour in there to thicken it up a little bit, but that's totally. If you get a chili kit, that's what they put in here. And then this Mexican oregano, I don't know where you're gonna find it at, but I usually get it in my little like neighborhood store. It's really good. So it needs a little more seasoning for me. So I'm gonna put a little adobo in here. And like I said, I don't want it to get too, and I'm gonna put it down on number 5. But as y'all can see, it's starting to look really good. It looks amazing. I'm going to put it down. I'm gonna put the top on it. And so I'm not eating cornbread, but I know a lot of people do eat cornbread. I'm gonna show you what. Let me get in here. Excuse my paper plates, y'all, but this is what we're gonna do today. So I make these little crackers. Have y'all ever seen the recipe for, or it? I know somebody probably bought it to a potluck. The little, and I don't know if you can see the seasoning good. These are the firecrackers. Have y'all ever seen those? The firecrackers. They're usually made with saltines, and I make them with saltines too. But I got the little oyster crackers, and I made the little oyster cracker firecrackers, and you can. They're so crisp, and they are see. Oh my goodness, y'all, and they're easy because all you need is about 2 packs of the little oyster crackers, and right now you can't see it. I mean, it doesn't even do it justice. You need like 2 packs of the oyster crackers, and they're real cheap. A pack of the ranch dressing. The ranch dressing package, that they sell, salad dressing packages that they sell at Walmart, anywhere at your local store, and like a tablespoon of that red pepper, the crushed red pepper, and olive oil. I think it's like almost a cup, not quite a cup, of olive oil. You put it in a Ziploc bag or a tight bowl.
Christina says she never heard of it. Where do you get it?
What? The crackers. The crackers you can get in there in the cracker section, but this you have to make it. And it's really, I'm trying to see if I can get some of the, and so you shake it up in the bag first you mix the oil and the ranch dressing seasoning and the red pepper, and you mix that all, stir it up real good, and then you pour it over the crackers in the bag and shake it up and mix it up. And then for the next 20 minutes, every 5 minutes, you turn it over so it can get on every side. I'm trying to see if I can get some of this so y'all can see this flavor. Okay.
Anita says yummy oyster crackers. Christina says they look like goldfish, and she also says you made what you're eating.
Yes, I made it. I made these. And so y'all see all the seasoning. Once I start pouring them out, you can see more of the seasoning. But they have a bite to them. Oh my God. If you're not careful, you will sit there and eat this whole bag of crackers. I'm telling you. And so you can put some of these on your chili. You can use, I have regular saltines here tonight. You can make cornbread. Or you can make, of course, I'm going to put some cheese on it. I'm going to put some cheese on it. You can put some cheese, some onions.
Lakita Gully is watching, and Christina says, looks yummy. Would it go with a salad?
What you can have a salad on the side, and I'm putting a little bit more in here, a little bit more.
She also says, how many calories? I'm guessing it's the crackers.
Oh, now the crackers by themselves. Oh, I forgot. That was one of the big points about the crackers, because just the oyster crackers by themselves, you can eat a lot. It's a lot of them, and their calories are nothing. And then you put that oil on there, so we would have to figure that all in there with the oil and the seasoning and the red pepper. Of course, you know the crushed red pepper probably is nothing. But, so honestly, you're going to probably end up using all of this beef broth and letting it cook down. You know, I always gauge everything as I go. But it looks delicious. Y'all want to look in here and see. But yeah, I would sprinkle. And also, one thing that I put on my chili, I don't know if the rest of y'all do, but sometimes I put like Fritos in there. Honey. Like a little mini, I guess, Frito chili pie. I do that too. So, yeah, these crackers, and I can put up the recipe for you and kind of tell you how to do it. But if you see all that flavor down in there, all that spice from the ranch dressing packages and the red crushed pepper and the oil, they make them so crispy, like a, I can't really explain it. It's just so good. They are, and I hide them. Once I make them, you have to hide them from yourself, because you will. I had to put them up in the corner because you will eat them because they are so good. So right now the chili has about 16 minutes. Does anybody have any questions or anything? I think on the weekend I'm going to make maybe something sweet, maybe a dessert, because we got to get ready for Christmas. We'll probably make something out of the cookbook, the holiday, Heavenly Holiday Delight cookbook. I think I want to make the apple cake. I mean, like a week to 2 weeks before Christmas, she would start making all these cakes and stuff, and they'd be all over the place. And so that's kind of how I do my children. I have, like on Thanksgiving, we have 1 or 2 cakes or whatever, and we have the sweet potato pies. But Christmas, I always make a couple good, you know, some desserts and some cookies. I make my homemade cookies. So,
Christina says, I want some of them crackers. Yes, looks nice and full. That sounds good. And Prince, stay ready. Influ Effect is watching.
Hey, Prince. And so, yeah, for this weekend, I'm going to make some. There's a couple things I really, really want to make, but I definitely want to make that apple cake for you, because that's what we had every year. It's some staples that we had every year. The carrot cake, which I've seen a lot of recipes, but I've never seen one like hers, and so I don't know if I'll get to make that, but I'm definitely going to come on and make the apple cake probably this weekend or next weekend. But does anybody else have anything they might want to see made for the holidays? Let me know. Send me a message. But yeah, we're getting down to we have 14 more minutes here. And y'all see how it's starting to thicken up a little bit. That's why I keep a watch over it and keep stirring. Keep stirring. Keep stirring. And then the vegetables will get done and start really getting done. And it's just going to be delicious. And so, like I said, some of these things I've added, I added the diced tomatoes. Mom used to just put the onions and tomato sauce and the beef broth and some seasonings. Not beef broth, the chili, 4-star chili. But I added some things because I'm extra and I have to be extra. And like I said, I didn't use the whole can of beans because Caleb really doesn't like beans. So I'll probably, add it later for myself. But it's coming together real nicely. And the vegetables will continue to cook and soften and all of that. But it's coming together really nice. And what I'll do is after it finishes, I'll plate it for you guys, and I'll, I always post my pictures and plate everything so you can see kind of what happened, how it turned out. But yeah, I'll definitely put chili, cheese, and I'll put some of the crackers on there so y'all can kind of see how that went. But yeah, you'll probably use a whole thing of beef broth. But like I said, be real careful with the salt because you might not need any because of the beef broth. But I'm gonna let this cook, and
You got some questions.
Okay, what are the questions?
From Christina, do you know how to make tea cakes?
I have a recipe. I wonder, is there one in my cookbook? It may be one in my cookbook. I'm not sure, but honey, that's old time. But yeah, that's that old time cooking. That is old time cooking.
Also, I'm gonna say her name probably wrong. Chanel Jacqueline is watching, and Anita says, "Can you make a chocolate pie? I need to learn how to do it because Chris loves it."
Oh, honey, you sure do. If Chris loves it, you got it. Yeah, let me find a recipe. Is it the kind that's cooked? Is it the baked kind? We'll find. I'm gonna get you a recipe, and we're gonna make some so Shep can have him some chocolate pie for Christmas. I sure will. I'm gonna start looking for it. Don't let me forget. Inbox me if I forget, but I'm gonna start looking for it for you.
She says yes.
It's the bake. Okay. Well, we can definitely get that going because I'm sure it'll be easy. If you made anything out of that cookbook, honey, the chocolate pie is gonna be easy. So, trying to see. Do we have any more questions? I know everybody wants healthy food, and trust me, because I done gained about 10 pounds, and I'm not happy. And all 10 of them look like 50 on camera. So, child, we gonna get some healthy. We're gonna get some healthy recipes. I can tell you that. Get it going, but I want to get us through Christmas and get us through the cold weather, and we are definitely going to do some gumbo. But like I said, that's a Saturday, probably a Saturday thing because that roux, to get that roux perfected, it has to be like that peanut butter, chocolate looking. It has to be a certain way to get it perfected, and it takes some stirring and stirring and stirring to get it right. So,
Anita says, "I love your cookbooks. The cookies are so good."
Thank you. So it's starting to come together. I still want my vegetables to get a little more soft than they are. Just a little more done. But y'all, it's starting to really, really come together nicely. It really is. Can y'all see how nicely it's coming together?
Karen says, "I'm about to do a late night workout."
Okay, sis. Have a good workout. And so everything is in here good. And if y'all are like me, honey, I need some I like my onion. I don't chop it up fine like some people probably would. I want something in here that I can enjoy. And so we got about 10 more minutes. And like I said, you can put that mesa flour, if you have any, that in there and kind of thicken it up a little bit if you want to. Mom never did it unless she had a kit, but like I said, I don't really use a kit, and I don't really put it in there. So it's really simmering really nicely over here. So any more questions, anybody?
Karen says, "You make me so sick."
Why? I don't get no love around here. Why? What she say? Ask her why. I'm not fooling with her. That's not nice, no. Why? Ask her why.
Let's find out.
Is she putting it in there? Is she telling why I make her so sick?
We'll find out in a few minutes or a few seconds.
Okay. That'll be interesting. I'm trying to get my stuff so I can plate it.
She says, talking about having a good workout.
Is she gonna have a workout?
Yeah. She says she's having a late night workout.
And I'm over here eating chili. I'm the bad guy. I'm just getting my stuff together so that and we can have. I know Caleb is not gonna eat my oyster crackers, but I'm gonna get him a sleeve of saltine crackers. And so we got the chocolate pie. And are you trying to make that for Christmas, Anita? Probably. The chocolate pie. And so remember, it's simple. If you don't want to use my secret weapon, which gives it an extra chili flavor, you don't have to. Just use the chili powder, the cumin, get you some Mexican oregano. It's a big difference. Garlic powder, onion powder. I use adobo, beef broth. Like I said, you can get a little bit of mesa flour. You probably only need like a tablespoon or so just to thicken it up a little bit if you want your chili to be thick. And get your onions, bell peppers, or jalapeno peppers, or whatever your preference is. I use 2 cans of tomato sauce. I use a can of diced tomatoes. You can use Rotel. That'll give it an extra kick, or you could even use the mild Rotel. But I tell you what, Mama, honey, this right here, every Walmart across the city probably got, across the states got some of this. But, so.
Karen says, I gotta work off that I gotta work that 7-Up pound cake off. Oh, Anita says, yes, ma'am. And she says, Joshy, what you gonna eat? Josh is
funny acting from when he worked at Wendy's. So he act like he don't really like chili from making chili. So Josh is almost a pescatarian. I know, don't get Karen started on that. Josh is almost a pescatarian. He does not like meat, really. He'll eat fish. He'll eat shrimp if they're fried. And if it wasn't for that chicken, I think he would be a pescatarian. And so, yeah, so, oh, I needed one more thing. Does anybody put sour cream in their chili? I don't know.
Anita says the chili fixin' Rotel is the bomb.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The chili. Oh, I have not tried that. Is that good? Okay. I'm going to try that the next time. They sure do have that, don't they? I have never used that. Okay. I don't know if anybody puts sour cream on. Does anybody put sour cream on their chili? So we got about a few more minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start plating it up, y'all, so we can kind of get an idea of what's what around here.
Anita says you gotta try it.
Oh, wow, okay. Now, it's not like the beans, those chili beans. You eat chili beans? Because I had tried those chili beans, and it was something in them. I was like, I don't know, honey. It was something in those chili beans. So, kind of made a mess over here, but. And like I said, you can turn it down a little bit, let it simmer some more. I'm just going to plate a little bit of it. See if I can get some beans, y'all. Get a couple beans in here. Okay. I'll let that keep cooking. Keep cooking down here. Let me see. And I will probably put a little chili in here. Does anybody eat the sour cream in there? Let's try to see. Little cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Let's see here. Yeah, I can put some of these little spicy crackers up here. Get your little red pepper going. And if you want some sour cream, I don't know.
Anita says she likes sour cream with her chili.
All right, we're gonna put a little sour cream in here. I can find a spoon. Stir this up a little bit. And there you go, y'all. It looks so good. Let's see how I did on my seasoning. It looks amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I'm just going to turn it a little lower and let it cook a little bit longer. Make sure I stir it real good. Oh, it's starting to look really, really good over here on my end, y'all. Y'all see that? The onions, everything is starting to cook down real good and become just perfect. Okay.
Anita says it looks delicious.
Thank you. And so let me taste it and see how it is with my little firecrackers and little cracker. You gotta get a little everything on the spoon. Make sure you get it. Oh, yeah. 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 That's delicious. Everything mixed together. The firecrackers, the sour cream, the cheese, all the flavors that are in here. And it's just right. It's not too salty. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you want to, honey, put you a little more crackers, honey. As Tabitha Brown would say, honey, that's your business. Put you a little more of these spicy crackers on here. A little more cheese, whatever you like. Shake you some more, because you know, if we wasn't filming, we would really put some more cheese on here. So we're going to put some more cheese on here. We just going to make it real good. And honey, there we go. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. I'm going to let it cook down just a little bit more. But like I said, really 20-25 minutes is really all you need. But I don't think I let the vegetables get quite like I wanted them. So I'm going to let it cook just a few more minutes. And let it cook down just a little bit more. But honey, this is amazing. All in itself, it's amazing. It really is. Y'all make y'all some chili this week and let me know how you like it. Hope you all enjoy my recipe, my little secrets for the chili. Don't forget, y'all, it seems uncommon and it seems to look at it, you like, I don't want that. But once it melts down in there, you see it's just meat, it's just the beef. It's amazing. So get you some, and like I said, we may make some of these firecrackers one day just as a side thing to do. But hey, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for joining. Tag, share, and invite somebody. I'm going to do some kind of giveaway for the person that tags and shares the most. I said it would be a cookbook, but a lot of people have my cookbook, but it may be a cookbook. If you're local, it may be a dessert. I'm going to do something for you just to show I appreciate you for getting the recipes out there, the Southern love out there. So I'm on Instagram as the Southern Diva. I'm on YouTube as the Southern Diva. Facebook, of course. But just share, tag as much as you can, and we're gonna do a drawing real soon. And so once you tag and share, I don't know what day it's gonna be. It's gonna put you in the drawing. But just remember to live every moment, laugh like you haven't laughed in a long time, and love like you have never been hurt. Until I see you this weekend, y'all have an amazing rest of your week. Have an amazing, amazing week. And I will see you all Saturday at 5 p.m. Everybody have a good night. Good night. Love you guys.